Every 1 in 3 salads consumed in the United States is prepared by a single company. Not Dole, not Fresh Express, a company most people have never heard of. This is the complete history of Taylor Farms, a privately owned $7 billion empire built by one man, rooted in a century of lettuce farming, and now at the center of the biggest food safety crisis in recent American history. The story begins in 1926, when a man named Thomas Bruce Church became a partner in the lettuce business in California's Salinas Valley. Church wasn't just growing lettuce, he was pioneering how it got to the rest of the country. His operation packed heads of lettuce in ice and shipped them cross-country by refrigerated rail. When those ice-covered rail cars pulled into stations on the East Coast, onlookers would shout, "The icebergs are coming." And that is genuinely how iceberg lettuce got its name. Church built a significant operation. He served as chairman of the Western Growers Protective Association in 1938. But when he passed away in 1958, leadership fell to his son-in-law, Ted Taylor, and Ted had a vision that went far beyond whole heads of lettuce. In 1966, Ted acquired Transfresh Corporation, a company developing special packaging materials to keep produce fresh longer. Then in 1978, he launched Red Coach Foods out of Salinas. The concept was simple but radical. Take lettuce, cut it, bag it, and sell it ready to eat. Ted Taylor was building the infrastructure for a revolution, assembling seed research, a farming company, and packaging technology under one roof. In 1987, Red Coach Foods was renamed Fresh Express, and 2 years later, in 1989, the company launched the first nationally distributed fresh-cut bagged salads sold directly to consumers. This was the birth of the bagged salad category as we know it. Before Fresh Express, if you wanted a salad, you washed and chopped it yourself. After Fresh Express, you tore open a bag. Ted Taylor's son, Bruce, had joined the company in 1981 after earning degrees from UC Berkeley and an MBA from Harvard. He led the growth of both the food service and retail sides of the business for 13 years. In 1993, Bruce and his brother Steve were named co-recipients of the Packers Produce Marketer of the Year award. But in 1994, Bruce left Fresh Express. The company would eventually be acquired by Chiquita Brands. Bruce walked away with experience, capital, and a plan. And he executed that plan on one of the most American days imaginable. On Super Bowl Sunday, 1995, as the San Francisco 49ers were demolishing the San Diego Chargers, Bruce Taylor and a group of partners were buying a Florida sugar producers company. They would refashion it into a leafy greens giant. Taylor Fresh Foods set up shop in the Salinas Valley, and Bruce Taylor had modest expectations. "I was hoping we could get to $100 million in annual revenue and I'd be happy," he later said. "We're over $7 billion today." The key to that growth was a deceptively simple philosophy. Taylor did not just sell produce. He went to customers and asked, "Where can we help you? How can we add value to your business?" He turned the fresh produce industry, historically one of the last true free markets with prices fluctuating daily, into a fixed-price business. Growers got guaranteed profits. Customers like McDonald's got consistent product at stable prices. Everyone won. By 2009, Taylor Farms was the largest salad and fresh-cut vegetable processor on the planet. The company now works with 280 contract growers across North America, with 85% of its produce coming from those partner farms. Every year between April and November, leafy greens are grown and processed in Salinas. Then from November to April, production equipment is physically trucked to Yuma, Arizona, following the growing season south. The acquisitions accelerated from there. River Ranch Fresh Foods in 2010. In 2012, Taylor Farms entered grocery stores with the first branded pre-packaged chopped salad kits. In 2019, the company acquired Earthbound Farm from Danone, one of the most recognized organic produce brands in the country. Then 2025 brought the most aggressive expansion in company history, 3 acquisitions in a single year. Bonduelle's German salad operations, FarmWise, an agricultural robotics firm, and Nature's Way Foods in the United Kingdom. Today, Taylor Farms operates in 5 European countries and supplies Chipotle, McDonald's, Olive Garden, Taco Bell, Kroger, Walmart, Costco, and Trader Joe's. A 220,000 square foot East Coast facility is slated to open in Maryland in 2026, bringing roughly 1,000 new jobs. And through all of this, Bruce Taylor has kept the company entirely private. No outside shareholders, no institutional investors, no public stock listing, just one man and his family running a $7 billion operation. But empires this large inevitably face scrutiny, and Taylor Farms has faced plenty. In 2016, 900 Taylor Farms employees protested outside Chipotle restaurants in California, alleging poverty wages, disrespect, and severe violations of basic worker rights. The Teamsters Union got involved, and a settlement was eventually reached. Workers who had been terminated for supporting the union received over $267,000 in back pay. More recently, workers were reportedly hospitalized after the company allegedly forced employees to continue working during a chemical spill, and there have been claims of armed guards being deployed to disrupt a union election. Then came the food safety crises. In October 2024, slivered onions from Taylor Farms' Colorado Springs facility were linked to an E. coli outbreak centered on McDonald's quarter-pounder hamburgers. 104 people across 14 states were infected. 38 were hospitalized. 4 developed kidney failure. 1 person died. And in 2026, something potentially worse emerged. The CDC linked an outbreak of cyclosporiasis to iceberg lettuce that Taylor Farms supplied to Taco Bell. As of the latest count, 1,645 confirmed cases across 34 states, with 141 hospitalizations, on track to become the largest Cyclospora outbreak in American history. Taylor Farms responded by pulling all iceberg lettuce from central Mexico indefinitely and issued a statement. As a family-owned and operated company, we are deeply concerned for those who became ill, their families, and the many Americans whose trust in the safety of their fresh produce has been shaken. Bruce Taylor himself has spoken candidly about the fundamental vulnerability of his industry. He has said, "We don't have a kill step. None of us do. All we can do is make sure we're taking the steps that we know to take to ensure we're producing safe food." That tension between scale and safety is the defining challenge of Taylor Farms' next chapter. The company has invested heavily in sustainability, achieving 90% energy independence from the utility grid, diverting 95% of waste from landfills, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 175,000 metric tons. They donate 5 million pounds of fresh produce to food banks annually. In 2026, they launched protein-forward salad kits and a seed oil-free product line called Taylor Farms Zero. But when you prepare 165 million servings of produce every single week, when 1 in 3 salads in America passes through your facilities, the margin for error is razor thin. A single contaminated field, a single lapse in processing, and the consequences ripple across the entire country. Taylor Farms is a century-old family legacy, a tale of American entrepreneurship at its most ambitious, and a cautionary study in what happens when one company becomes so large that its failures become everyone's problem. Bruce Taylor built something extraordinary from a bag of lettuce and a Super Bowl Sunday handshake. Whether the empire he built can maintain the trust of 300 million American consumers is the question that defines everything going forward. If this story showed you how much of what lands on your plate runs through companies you've never even heard of, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next investigation into who is really behind your food. And drop a comment letting me know Would this outbreak change what you order at Taco Bell